Soon as I got out that chair, I went to the grocery store and then I came in, washed up and did everything and got my meat seasoning. And I was gonna put it on after the show, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna slow cook this thing real good. Let me put it on now. And while I'm talking to Tori, it'll be, in the background, just simmer down.
Man, that
So,
sounds real good. That
woo,
sounds
yeah, but I pushed it all the way to the wire. I usually be in here, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I already know. I already
And
know.
girl, I'm just rushing. I see we got Precious Pearl in here. She said, "What you cooking, Miss Tanya?" See, I already told you before I put that up. Girl, some stew pork. And let me say, if I can say so myself, it smells real lovely in here. Lovely.
Mm.
And she's also saying hello and happy Tuesday to everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, precious Pearl. Happy Tuesday to you as well.
Hmm. Tori, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, how long is too long for anything? There's so many things that I've been too long.
Yeah. So many things,
Yeah.
so many that we could really get into, in that same respect. And you know what they say? We got this quote here.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let me read that again. Let me read it one more time.
Mhm.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Albert Einstein. If that ain't the truth.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
But people keep doing it.
And do. What's up, Kimberly? She says, morning, everyone. LA in the building.
Girl, it is not morning where we at. We on that East Coast where we at noontime, my time, that little lunchtime.
You know what it show is. Tanya, I'm so mellow. I'm thinking it morning still.
Girl, it's so damn mellow. You got me thinking this 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is one of those days because me and the baby went out. We did a little, walk and the baby went to sleep. So
Mhm.
I just mellow. We was just chilling all day. My son is actually away for a competition, skill set competition in Greenville.
Okay.
So we had a busy morning.
Good. Good, good,
So
good. I
now I'm
see.
relaxed. I'll probably go to sleep when we once we sign off. The baby's sleeping now, so I'll probably be asleep when we sign off.
Okay. I see your son, those report cards just came out. I see my main man made the honor roll
Yes,
one more time.
yeah, I'm so proud of him. I'm counting down for graduation. I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's not
I
very
guess
long.
actually excitement is actually an understatement.
Mhm.
I can't words can't even express how I feel right now, but I'm very proud of that young man.
And you should be. You should
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Because listen, there's so many things that young people can be getting into. And we
Mhm.
know that because we see like a whole lot of young people getting into some things that they shouldn't be getting
Right,
into. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And
Yeah.
so when you've got kids out here who is putting some priority on their education, you got to
Mhm.
respect that. You do.
Absolutely,
You do.
absolutely. Shout out to my son Kadarius doing his thing. I'm
Yes, and shout out to all of the young people out here who are doing your thing. Take it
absolutely,
serious. There
absolutely.
with everything going on in the education system right now,
Mhm.
I don't even see how they're keeping young people interested in learning. If they're watching what's going on in online or watching what's going on in the world, uh, so many different subjects are being taken away, books are being banned. It's a time, and particularly here in the South, all across
Mhm.
the nation, but the South, because you know where we live.
Mhm.
You know what kind of thought process some people tend to
Mhm.
have.
Yes.
So
We
when you can take it upon yourself to educate yourself and
Mhm.
to not let all of these things hold you back and not make you disappointed.
Yeah.
Cheers, big ups and claps to all of you. To the
Ab
mamas and daddies out here too.
yes. And, we got a shout out to, LaShawn Denise Smith's son as well. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
he's doing big things too.
He
I'm super excited for
is.
him as well.
Yeah, he got accepted to which one of the, Ivy League schools
Harvard,
is okay,
Harvard.
so did he accepted, he's gonna go? Is that where
Yes,
he's going?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, and they're actually
congratulations.
traveling, as you can see, they're traveling around the country. He
Mhm.
was just on, Jennifer Hudson, show. Was it yeah, this
Right.
last I think it was last week. Yeah, last Monday, he was on Jennifer Hudson show, yeah, so he done been on Good Morning America, I think, as well, so yeah, he's doing amazing.
Congratulations, young sir. Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
Mr. Jackson.
Yes, sir. I'm proud of him too. And
That
you
is
know your
all.
son, I'm always proud of him as well. So I'm just a proud, like you said, proud of all the young people that are doing great things. They're staying focused because there are so many distractions in this world. And I'm just so proud of all the young men as well as the young ladies that are staying focused and not allowing things to distract them because there's so many distractions. But
Yeah,
they are staying focused and doing what needs to be done to get the job done.
yeah, yeah. I'm happy about it. I'm happy to hear it now. And there's you hear all of the things that's going on in the news and things of that nature. What's going on?
Somewhat.
It's Talk It Out
Yeah.
Tuesday. You say somewhat.
Yeah, I try to stay out the news.
I know, but let me tell you something. As much as I try to stay out of it because I know we're gonna do this on Tuesdays, and
Mhm.
we need to know what's going on. We need to be on, on the cusp of what people are discussing. And so, I kind of watch the headlines. I can't let them necessarily draw me in all the way, but I'm definitely paying attention. And I
Right.
ask you that because dun 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 in these internet streets, it's TIO Tuesdays. And you see the picture up here. I didn't even put his name up for those of you who are just listening. It's Diddy,
Hmm.
y'all. Did he do it?
Mm.
What did he do?
What did he do? 'Cause my son was saying something yesterday. He was like, "Did he got raided or something?" I'm like, "Boy, what you talking about?"
Girl,
So he know more than I.
listen. His homes, two of his homes, like one of his homes in LA and one of them in Miami, was
Mhm.
raided by the feds, the
Mm.
federales.
Oh,
So
wow.
for all of you who have been watching what has been going on for months and months,
Mhm.
and if you didn't know what was gonna happen, because the feds don't play. If listen, when the feds come, it ain't because they thinking they might wanna do something. It's because they doing something. They been watching, and you being watched, and it's a serious thing. They say now, allegedly, that he
Yeah.
was he was gonna leave the country. He was gonna try to leave the country, but he wasn't able to do that. That private jet just wasn't able to jet, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they raided his home in Miami, raided his home in LA, and if you could see some of the pictures out there, you all do your own homework, go online. I'm sure it's easy to come up. Just go look at some of it. It's on all of the
Mhm.
news outlets because what else would they report? But I mean, they got big trucks and agent cars all over the place. I mean, it doesn't look like a small thing happening.
Mm.
It doesn't.
Wow.
It doesn't. So, people were trying to say that he might try to pull a Russell Simmons and get on out of here, but he wasn't able to get on out.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't able to get out. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot. And I'm curious to know, what he might be thinking at this point because uh if he had just really responded to the girl who brought the first case out, I wonder if we would be where we're at now. I see we got Les Eccles in the house. What Les say?
What's up, Les? Let's read the comment before that. He said it's bad, but read the comment but before he says he's accused of having a massive sex trafficking enterprise. Feds don't come on a notion.
Exactly.
Boy. Wow.
They ain't just coming to say hello. We interested in a few things that you might have. When they come because they know what they looking for. They ain't really
Right.
coming to look. They coming to collect.
Yeah.
So I hear what Les said. Les said it's bad, and it
Yeah.
is. I mean, just think about it. The whole yeah, it is bad. A massive sex trafficking enterprise. Think about how many people we have watched go through certain things from Epstein and all of these big guys out here who are possibly doing things, it's crazy. I don't think that we saw the feds go out like how they they doing right now. Um,
Mhm.
what does Les say?
Les says, I heard he was overseas. Was it confirmed? He's not.
I
Mm.
don't think that he is. I heard that they stopped him. But let me, I'll have to go into these internet streets and find out. But they say the plane, they were able to get him before he got out.
Wow.
That's
So
what I
yeah.
that's the last that I heard, but I'll have to let me look a few things up online and we can talk in between. I'll be looking.
And I see Will is in the building. He said greetings at your service media.
Mhm. How you doing, Will? Good to see you.
And what's up, Kelly, Mr. Pettyville Bossy? Yo, what up?
Yes, 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 yes. And also because we are discussing what's going on in the
Mhm.
world, and Les is bringing up something that we should definitely discuss a bit here.
And he said prayers to the families on that bridge that collapsed. Where exactly? Because I glimpsed
In Baltimore.
in Baltimore. Okay.
Yeah, Baltimore. What's the name of the bridge? Let me make sure I get the name of the bridge right.
Because
Francis Scott Key. Yeah.
oh my
The
God.
Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed. It was hit one of the there was a collision, one of the main, I guess you would say, columns, anchors, or something of that nature was hit, and the bridge absolutely it
Oh God.
actually collapsed.
Oh my gosh.
So a container ship
Mm.
struck one of the support pillars. So
Oh,
that is
that's horrible.
absolutely horrible. Just the thought of that
Yes.
is frightening, you know?
Oh God. Les says cars and road workers went in the oh my God.
Yes. Yes. So
Oh my
there's
goodness.
a rescue. I think a couple people have been rescued so far.
Yeah,
And as Les says, we have to send all of our prayers. You know,
absolutely. Absolutely.
there are still at this time at least 6 who are unaccounted for.
Me
No evidence of terrorism.
yeah.
They say that it was a container ship that struck the bridge early this morning.
Wow.
So, see, we got
Wow.
brother Fatim in the house with us.
What's up, brother Fatin? He said 2 people were rescued. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. He said, good afternoon to my shiro, sister Tanya and sis Tori doing Women's History Month. That's what's up, brother Fatin. Thank you so
Yes.
much for that shout out.
Thank you so much. But we so that's what I say here. We've got to stay aware of things that are going on because our people
Yeah.
get in here and they know and they want to talk
Yeah.
about it. They want to
Yeah.
they want to let us know what's going on as well. So thanks for bringing that up and sharing that, Les.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely,
you so much.
absolutely. I like I said, I heard about the bridge, but I didn't know. I just glimpsed the story this morning, but like I said, my morning was so busy, I didn't get a chance to read it, but I knew nothing about what was going on with Diddy until my son said something, and I still really didn't know. He said something about a raid, and I'm looking at him like, "Boy," because I was in the middle doing something. And you know how
Mhm.
sometimes your child be talking to you, and you be like, you ain't got time to talk to him right then." I ain't get the chance to see. He was looking at me like, "Really? I'm trying to tell you something. You egging me." But
You
so
ignore it.
I ain't really was listening to what he was saying. So, but he mentioned it to me though.
Listen, this with Diddy is so extremely like, I don't even know what to think. This is big. This
Mm,
is really, really big.
mhm.
I see we've got someone who's got a comment here. We got Cash with a comment.
And he said the feds did the same thing to Murder Inc. and they took an L, had it all wrong. Wow.
For the same acts, be clear. Let's be clear. What was because I don't remember. I vaguely remember what happened with Murder Inc., but I don't recall it being a sex trafficking ring, which is something totally different. So be clear with that if you could for us, Cash. How you doing, Ashley?
Hey Ashley, how you doing? That's the magic with the camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember anything about Murder Inc. How long ago did that happen?
Girl,
That was some
don't make me go back. I didn't care then, so do you really think I'm getting ready to look it up now? I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, because I don't know that I'm not familiar with that story, that's why I was asking, so I don't know.
I'm not. It's Talk It Out Tuesday, guys. We're talking about things that are going on in these internet streets. What's going on in the world? What's going on around you? We are
Mhm.
in a political season. There's so many things going on, and we wanted, our topic was, or one of our topics is, how long is too long for anything?
Mhm.
And I think we can tie this just a little bit to what we're seeing going on with Diddy. Like, how long did he think he was going to get away with doing some of the things that he was doing? Continuing to do those things, continuing to do those things, he felt untouchable, in my
Mm.
opinion, because Mr. Don't Stop Can't Stop. Mr. Won't Stop whatever it is. Feds just came through and say, "Hey, you fixed the stop, brother."
Wow, and Brother Fatini says, "Even though these are allegations against Diddy, unfortunately, being in the New York entertainment business, the feds most likely will not take an L on this one."
He's saying something
Mm.
very serious.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
saying something very, very serious. They are not going to want to take this L.
Yeah.
And being tied to a sex ring, I don't know too many people who are not going to want to see, you know, some results from this. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. And, Will says it wasn't sex trafficking ring. I'm speaking how the feds came blazing. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah. I thought not because, I thought I would remember something of that nature. But of course, of course.
okay.
But I don't know necessarily that the feds went blazing in on Diddy. They don't blaze in on too many people with some point of accuracy. You know,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just don't. They just
right.
don't. But what are some things that you feel like people keep doing things like why do they feel like they can just continue to get away with stuff?
Why people
What
keep
is that?
lying? Why do people keep lying? They lie so bad till they think it's the truth. Why do people lie for so long, for years? Who know
Girl.
who they are? 'Cause they lie so bad.
Mm,
I digress.
child.
Woosah.
But you're right. But see, they got away with the lies,
Yeah,
right? They got
yeah.
away with it, so they keep doing it. They keep
Mhm.
doing it. They never get tired of it. I don't know. I feel like, you gotta grow. You gotta figure like I've been doing the same thing. And like I said, it can be for anything. That's why I said for anything. Some people keep trying over and over in a certain career. They're not getting anywhere. And they just keep going and going and they keep failing and failing and failing. Like when is enough? Like
Right,
when do you decide? What is it that makes you say, "Hey, I got to move on to something different?"
right, right. And I look and you see Les comment? Les says, "How long is too long for these folks to be out here supporting Trump?" That's a good
Mm.
one. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Clearly, it's not long enough for some. Clearly, it's not long enough for some.
Oh my goodness, that's a good one.
Another one. Another one who is bold-faced within their criminal acts and
Mhm.
continue these criminal acts and getting away with it.
Mm.
And that's what it is. Some people are not gonna stop until they can't get away with it anymore.
Right. Right. Right.
They're
I
just
think
not.
there should be a rule. This is just my personal opinion. I think there should be a rule. Like, you know how you are allowed to have 2 terms. And
Mhm.
if you don't have them consecutively, then you can't run again. That's just I wish there's something there
Really?
they'll do. Yeah, I wish they would do that.
Why?
Because some people don't need another opportunity like Trump. He served his he did his 4 years. He doesn't need the opportunity to be president again. There's some
Well,
people that don't need to that another opportunity to do. Mm-mm.
I can agree with that, but it still comes back to the voter.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It still comes back to the voter. So who are these people who continue to do the same thing over and over again, thinking they're
Mhm.
gonna get a different result? These are the insanity voters.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
insanity voters, you know?
yeah. And Brother Fateen says, like 50 Cent said yesterday, that the feds don't move like that if they don't have something on Diddy. Mm,
The feds don't move like that if they don't have something on you. And the moves that you will be making will not be the same moves because they watching you. And
right,
they've been well, obviously, for the feds to come through, they've been watching you because they're gonna build a case. You don't have to know. They want you to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again so that they can keep they can build a case.
right.
Make you feel like, hey, you untouchable. You can get away with it.
Mhm,
I get
mhm.
it.
And Brother Fateen also says people lie for power, ego, fame, and to get what they want. Mm, that's
Yeah.
good.
Now he listen, it ain't
That's
nothing else we can put on that.
right. He covered everything.
He done said it all. Power,
Yeah.
ego, fame, and to
Uh-huh.
get what you want.
Yep.
To get
Yep.
what you want.
Indeed.
Like some little kid, you're gonna lie because you want it. That's what you
Right.
want.
Right, right. And Les says, "Look, I'm no longer mincing words. Sexist. Okay, how do you pronounce that?
Xenophobic?
Xenophobic, racist. If you support and love him and pretend he's okay, you are sick. Sorry, not sorry.
Whew.
Say it,
Let me
Les.
say something. It is so shameful. And I'm not
Mhm,
gonna take this shame. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say this, but I'm not gonna carry this shame on myself.
mhm.
But it is shameful to think that as Americans, the pride that we are supposed to have for our nation, that we would actually consider having a leader who is out here grabbing women by the pussy, talking however he wants to talk to people, saying saying that he wants to be a dictator. When you watch how he has empowered other local and state leaders to repeal laws, to make things difficult for people who are part of this system, who help build this nation, and to do that based on race. It's like there are no words. There are no words. It's awful. Like we really need to take a good look at ourselves and ask, is this how we want to be represented? But clearly it is. Clearly it is.
Mhm.
Because look at how many people continue to support. There is no way that I could be a part of a political side. I cannot call myself a politician or a political activist or just a party, someone who's just supporting a party because of what it was, right?
Right.
Seeing what they're doing today and saying, okay, I was a Republican. I stand firm in being a Republican. I can't do that if I'm watching you be and become something that I can't stand for. And I
Mhm.
don't understand who these people are who are standing in this. Like, why are they not bold enough to say this is not who we are? You don't have to agree with the Democrats. I think 90% of people who will probably, let me take that back. This is my opinion. But many people who may be voting Democrat, they do not agree with 100%, maybe not even with 75% of some of the things that are coming down the pipe as it relates to what they're doing, their policies, and how effective we think they are or can be, right? So,
Yes.
why do we have people who are supporting this man less? I don't know. And I'm glad you're not mincing words about it. It's very difficult because it's hard for us to, it's like we almost have to bite our tongues now. Like it's always been a thing where they say, oh, you can't have conversations about religion and politics, right? Well,
Mhm.
listen, today, you really almost can't have a conversation about politics. You don't know what to say. You say the wrong thing. People looking at you like you crazy. And really, what is the wrong thing to say? What is the wrong thing to say when we're watching people do the wrong things? But I'll ask this: how long is too long for anything? Like, how long are we going to put up with this? How long are we going to watch this happen? Who's going to stand up? Who's going to do something? Uh, you know, what are some of
Right.
your thoughts on that?
About the politics?
Whatever.
Oh, I got so many I got so many thoughts on my brain right now.
You
Like, well, as
do.
far as what Les starts what Les is talking about, I agree with everything that Les is saying in regards to the political process and the things that's going on in the country with people supporting Trump. I agree with everything he's saying. In regards to the P. Diddy situation, I was looking at Cash's comment. He said they're just allegations. We don't know if it's true or not. And but like Brother Fatine says, sometimes when the feds are um out, they know something. And Brother Fatine says cult-like behavior is very dangerous, and folks that follow Trump on his lies and falsehoods are delusional and are like others that have followed past cult leaders like Jim Jones, who led his followers to drink Kool-Aid that was spiked with poison. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, to me, let me tell you something. Trump has, excuse me, Trump in many ways has devalued the office of the presidency
Mhm.
because clearly you don't have to be qualified. You don't have to be educated. You can be ignorant and racist. So who wants to be the president again? Who wants to be the president again? What value does it hold again? After
Mm.
seeing someone like him in office and the fact that he wants to run again
Mhm.
is just his ego. It's simply his ego. And no one's got anything to say. No one is standing up to this. And I hear Les said because it is who they are. And what he's referring to is why are they not standing up to a Republican in a sense that is not the same of Republican past? And I mean, we could say that about all parties. I know that. But Les says it's because it is who they are. And I think he's right. I feel like, you know, Trump has offered them an opportunity to stand in who they are. And now they are living and walking in their truth. They can say the quiet things that they have always been saying out loud.
Right.
And whenever you say something that may be against it, you become painted the bad guy. You
Mm.
become painted the bad guy, and it's forcing so many people to be silent. So many people are silent. If you watch what is happening with DEI, and since September, which has not been very long, mind you, if you watch and pay attention to how many things are changing, and it's coming right down that education pipeline, the thing that gets me is we've got so many people who are in higher education. And of course, they are the highly educated. And I'm not really hearing a whole lot from them, which has me curious. Like, it seems like so many people are frightened into silence right now. And we're all responsible.
Unless
All of
says
us.
all of us, it don't be silent.
All of us. All of
Hmm.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless also it says, I don't think his followers are delusional. I think he says the overt white supremacist things they don't want to say.
There you go. There you go. He's saying the things for them that they've always been saying to each other within their circles and within their rooms. And obviously we're not in rooms and circles of races. We're not in those rooms with them. Not all of us, Tim Scott. Uh, if you dig what I'm saying. But where's this going, guys? How long is too long for anything? How long are we going to continue this path and think that it is going to correct itself? Because it will not.
Mm, right. I was looking at Brother Fatim's comment. Oh, I forgot about that part. If he wins Trump, he then puts himself in a position to pardon himself if he gets convicted on federal charges, not state charges like in Georgia, but the federal charges leveled against him.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
And that is another reason why he's running. Yes, ego, but the number one reason is so that he can pardon himself.
Right. Mm-mm.
Of course he's going to do that.
Lord. Yes. And let me shout out to my brother. I saw him comment a little while ago. King Chronicles is in the building. So let me say hello to him. He's an hour behind us, I think. Say good day, Queens. What's up, sis Tor? So what's up, King Chronicles? Thank you so much for tuning in today.
All right, man. Good to have you in the house with us today. We're just kind of having a laid back, kind of cool conversation. Tori on her sure mic, bringing us the silky voices of Tori. Keep your faith.
I tell you, I'm relaxed today. It's been I'm just so relaxed. You know how you get to the point where it's like the topic at hand is how long is too long to deal with things. I'm at
Mhm.
a point in my life, how long is it too long to deal with toxic people, no
Ooh.
matter who they are? How long is too long? So the reason why I'm mellow is because if only y'all knew some of the things that I've been going through over the past couple of weeks. I'm at a place where nothing is going to steal my joy. I'm at a place where nothing is going to steal my peace. I'm at a place where there's nothing that's going to bother me. So I'm unbothered. So that's why I'm so relaxed. I gave it to God. And sometimes we try to handle situations on our own, but sometimes we got to take it out of our hands, just give it to God. It's for Him to fight this battle. So that's why I'm just so relaxed because I'm just at peace and I'm unbothered. And there's nothing or no one that can steal my joy. So that's where I am. So that's why I'm so mellow because I
I
let
like that.
everything go. I was holding stuff. I had
Mhm.
to release and let it go.
Girl, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to
Yeah.
hear that for you because you're right. Like, how long do we continue to put up with people's BS? Like, how long
Yeah.
do we just continue to let them, kind of like nudge us, nudge us, nudge us? And, you try to be the bigger person. Like, do I have to be? Is that
Hmm.
working for me? You know,
Yeah.
we
So,
get to those places. So I get you. And you've got to come to like, hey, enough is enough.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
not we're not gonna keep doing this. Enough is enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless says the wait a minute, what is that? DEI
DEI.
attack is coming to South Carolina. While we were asleep, South Carolina passed a law where they can't teach that white privilege is a thing.
Listen,
Ooh.
you done said coming. It been here.
Wow.
It been here. Ask me.
Mm.
I know personally.
Mm.
I know personally, and you're right. But
Yeah.
the fact I didn't know that a law that you can't teach that white privilege is a thing.
Mm.
And first of all, some things are just ridiculous. It like when you really think about it,
Mhm.
some things are not only laughable, it's ridiculous. And not laughable in the sense of ha they did this, but like I can't even believe this is happening. Because what class is that being taught in? To whose kids are this being taught?
Mhm.
There wasn't. There doesn't have to be a law for that. There doesn't have there's so many things that we know happen that go on. There is privilege. So to deny it is one thing. You can deny it,
Mhm.
but you need a law for it. Do you know how, to me, and this is my opinion, it shows an incredible weakness that you have to put something this petty into law,
Mhm.
because putting that into law does not put it into fact. You can make that a law. It's still
Mm.
not a fact. The fact is that privilege is here. It has been here. It'll probably be here. That's the issue, you know?
Right. And Brother Fatine says, "Hey Les, I do agree with you about the white supremacy. The delusional part comes from the position of Trump cannot do no wrong, and they make excuses on all his wrongdoing." Okay. Thank
Mhm.
you for clarification, Brother Fatine. I already knew that's what you was thinking though. So, and Kimberly says, I really like what Tanya said. The office of presidency was always held with the highest esteem. This level of shame, disgrace, and buffoonery has certainly made it seem less serious. Absolutely. I
It
agree.
does. Like,
Mhm.
is to be the president, like, who wants to do that again?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be special to be the president. You don't have to
Mm.
be of a certain intelligence to be the president.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
be a jackass and become the president of the United States of America. You can be a whole fool. You can be a whole racist. You can live within all of your privilege and be the president and not give a D about anybody else. You don't have to care about the mass population of the people. You don't have to care about the people. You get to care about a people. So you want to be the president to care about a people. Well, start you a little club and be the president of your group of privileged people. Get y'all some jackets made, you know? But you're talking about running a country, a nation. Like, I don't know where we rank in the world at this point, but it can't be high. It can't be high. I can't imagine me living in another country and thinking anything great of Americans at this point. I almost don't even want to go anywhere outside of the country and people know that I'm American because listen, that's not a great thing necessarily anymore. It's not.
Mm.
We just looking like a bunch of fools running around. People looking at us like, okay, well, you know how we would, uh, well, Americans would have this arrogance of thinking other countries are third world countries and how they're living and they're barbaric and this, that, and the other. Well, what is America right now? I don't know what it looks like to y'all, but you're looking a little crazy. Look a little crazy.
Ashley says, "Wow." Wow is right, Ashley.
Wow is exactly right, and wow is an understatement, right?
Yes. And Brother Fatine says, on point less on the attack on DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. But are you surprised this is a red state that support these types of values?
Oh no, none of
Mm,
us are surprised. I'm surprised it took so long,
mm,
and there's a whole lot more to come. But see, that's the thing, and that's the thing that I want to reiterate here. They can't just have character. Like to have character and to be respectful of people, to be respectful of yourself, and to be respectful of people, and to do things that are going to work for a state. I mean, we could take it down to a county, a city, your state, a nation. But to be concerned about your community as a whole is something you have to do because you care about life, because you care about people, right?
right.
But when you know that you don't care about the people and you care about a people, you'll have to pass laws for the for a people. So that means you have no power. That shows how weak you really are. You better pass those laws for you and your people because you have no strength to walk within what you're doing as being right because it's not right. It's not right.
Mm. And Les says, Brother Fatine, we on the same page, bro. I'm just venting.
Oh yeah.
LOL.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't listen when we were going to talk about this, and not specifically this topic, but how long is too long for anything.
Hmm.
I mean, we don't know where the people are going to go because the people lead the conversation. They
Absolutely.
do.
Hmm.
And some people can't talk about these things. There are people who are listening, and there are people who would like to join in the conversation, but they can't because of their jobs or everything that they do, their status, whatever it is that they feel, and it is sad because I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this. Les made a comment just a little while back here. He's saying, he said that we can't be silent.
Yeah.
He said we can't be silent. And it's difficult for a lot of people to understand what that might mean. Like they don't feel what the power of their voice may be able to do, as well as, as you state, laws are being passed, laws are being repealed. So what does it matter? Are they going to be changed again? But when? By
Right.
whom? How?
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Les says South Carolina Bill 4663 to amend the South Carolina Code of Laws by adding Article 27 to Chapter 1, Title 1, so as to prohibit every office, division, or other unit by any name of every office or department of the state and all of its political subdivisions, including all institutions of higher learning and school districts, from promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, and to provide exceptions. Ooh.
There it is.
Mm, yeah.
There it
Yes.
is.
Yep. Sums it up.
There it is, from promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, and to provide exceptions. I'm interested on that last piece, and to provide exceptions.
Mm.
We need to know what that means. And I think that means so that they can change it again when they become the minority. It's going to change again because they're going to become the minority, which is the most ignorant. Like to me, as this population of a particular people have fear, unwarranted, unnecessary fear, because there are other people who really love the people, who love people. The thing that is interesting to me is I can somewhat sense the fear of uh, them feeling they're becoming the minority, right?
Mhm.
So you would think that the laws that are on the books would certainly at some point apply to them without having to cheat like they have by pushing their women and white women and their wives into diversity and inclusion, who were really the greatest benefactors of diversity and inclusion. So it's going to happen again at some point. At some point.
Yeah. And Les says correct. I believe the exceptions are that them and their history can't be excluded.
There you go.
Whew.
And the thing that is so interesting is, when are they going to realize that our history is too their history? So erasing us from history does not change anything. You can't do that. You can't do that with a law. That's
Right.
the interesting part. Like, you can't zap that history out of a culture of people, out of their minds, out of their brains. You already said that black people don't read. So we're not reading those books anyway, but we still know it. So what are you really doing? Make it make sense. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. If we're going to talk about some of the stereotypes, and you've heard it before, they said if you want to hide something from a brother, put it in a book. Have you heard that before?
Oh yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay. But we still have the knowledge. Why do we
Mhm.
still have the knowledge of our people and of our culture outside of books? Because it doesn't have to be in a book. Oral history needs no books. It is passed on by voice, by choice. And we're not going to stop talking to each other. And you're not going to kill us all. That's
Mhm.
not going to happen. It
Right.
is.
And Les also says something else to think about. Tori, who came up with let's not discuss religion and politics, the two things that drive our communities and economics. To in hindsight, it makes no sense. The only thing we can take from that is certain people that didn't want us to discuss those things to better our communities and economics. Who came up with it? I have no idea, Liz.
The same people who are passing these laws. Because see, that's it right there, Les. Because
Mhm.
these things weren't laws before,
Mhm.
and they felt like by having it silenced, by not having conversations, they could feel better about themselves and about some of the things that they were doing.
Mm.
But that didn't work. So you don't get to say, like, let's not discuss religion and politics. Now you get to put stuff in laws like we're going to deal with diversity and inclusion differently.
Mhm.
You're not going to be able to discuss this and include this in higher education and learning and school districts. We're not going to promote this. Well, guess what? We're going to have the conversations about it. We're going to have the conversations about it. Talk to us about that freedom of speech. Talk to us about that. You can have those conversations. We've been having these conversations. We will continue to have these conversations. We don't have to have these conversations like the conversations. It doesn't have to be publicly.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right. Absolutely. And Brother Fatine says 100% on point list. When we know the truth about us, then we find out the truth about those that are trying to keep us suppressed. Yep.
Well, people, listen. The conversation got real tense. The conversation got real tense and on point. And you've got to be able to have these conversations in your communities. This is where you have to have these conversations. You've got to be places and you've got to have those conversations with like minded people.
Absolutely.
You do.
Hmm.
People
And
who
Kimberly,
care about people.
and Kimberly says, good one, Les. I'm not sure where that concept came from, but most of us bought into it and have avoided those conversations even when they could have served us. I know personally I avoid them just out of habit. And Kimberly, I'm with you. I avoid those conversations sometimes as well out of habit.
Yeah.
And then it's just I'm one of those people that don't like confusion. I'm not argumentative. And sometimes when I say certain things, especially when it comes to politics, oh my God, it turns into this huge debate. And I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. So sometimes I avoid those. I do avoid those conversations. Because
And
some
that's
people,
what,
yeah, some people like to have the last word. I say this, then they got to come back with something. I say this, then they got to. I was like, man, I'm tired of going back and forth. So I just don't be saying that no more.
you're right. But yeah, now you're right. And that is what they want.
Yeah,
That is what they want.
yeah. But I do pay attention to certain things people say. They'll say one thing, but their action says something totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
don't say
got you.
anything, but trust and believe I'm watching. I'm
I don't know.
observing.
Listen, people,
Yeah.
we are living in some very interesting times. There are
Hmm.
very interesting things going on besides politics. There are world politics. I call it politricks. Y'all know how I feel about it. I call it
Hmm.
politricks. Wrote a whole poem about it. You
Hmm.
dig?
Yep.
And I wrote that poem in like 2016. Matter of fact, hold on a minute. Let me get one of my books. I'm gonna read this poem. I want you to think about this poem that I wrote in 2016. And we in what, 24 now?
Yep.
I'm gonna read this poem and we gonna get off here. We gonna breathe and get on out of here. Cause I got my pot on the stove and I am not getting ready to burn my pot, with y'all people right here. Cause y'all know what's going on. You know what we need to do. You know what you need to do. But here it
Yeah.
is. Politics. Politics is full of tricks. That's why I call it politricks. I often wonder if it's fixed. Don't want to vote? My feelings mix. This election is such a mockery of what we call democracy. At least as far as I can see, voting won't change much for me. That same Tuesday morning, I'll have to go to work, earn my bread, earn my way. Won't too much change election day. This is something that I hate to say. I still won't earn that equal pay. Black lives still won't matter. Just like today, somebody will be chastised because they're gay. There's a continuous cycle to these games we play, one step forward, two steps back. We can't make progress when they don't like black, but walk with privilege on lands that broke our backs. It's conscious that they lack when they fail to react to injustice and reprehensible acts of violence to people who built and build for the betterment of all, yet only they benefit. And personally, I'm sick of it. I won't call them hypocrites because they know that they are. Why we set high bars wearing these scars generation after generation since our feet have touched dirt on the grounds of this nation. So to them I say, you be the generations to make corrections for past transgressions. It's not about taking fault, not about you directly taking blame, but the denial you live in is so insane. You want to be great? Well, it's not too late. Heal yourselves from all the hate. Stop the lies and participate in truth. Teach your youth to live and love that pigmentation of skin or lack thereof does not place them above. Talk reparations because it is right, because it is due. There's been way too many years where all has been given to you. without fair cause or for no reason at all. You just wanted it all? That dirty dynasty must fall, and it will. But you cannot control how ugly it can get. And keep in mind, it's been ugly a long, long time. Politrickers only kind when they want me to vote. But they got me so turned off. We fought for the rights to vote makes me wonder if it was worth the cost. I don't take a like, and I really once believed we put folks in office to secure our needs and uplift our communities. Nowadays, I think about voting with an unease. Election Tuesday coming around again in this hypocrisy democracy. I think I'll call it hypocrisy. It's all politics. And that's that poem.
Snaps on snaps on snaps.
2016.
And it's still relevant today.
It's worse.
Yes. Yeah. I wrote one too, but I don't even know where it's at. And it was centered around voting as well. I'm gonna see if you got me. I gotta go back and find mine.
It's worse.
Because I went a little deeper as far as, well, I took a different perspective talking about how our ancestors died for our right to vote. I went to, yeah, I got to find it so I can know what I said.
Mhm,
But it was
mhm.
basically talking about the voting as well. Yeah, I'm gonna see if
And
I
I
can
mean,
find it.
and you have to understand why young people are so disappointed with the political system, and unfortunately, that is what they want. So even with that particular poem,
Mhm.
with those words, it is not at all to discourage anyone from voting because I very much feel that you need to make sure that you are part of this political system. Make sure that you do use your voice, make sure that you do make it count, you know?
Right.
So it isn't that, but it is to understand. I am telling you that I understand why people are disappointed with it, with the system. Because it
Right.
ain't politics. They out here politricking. They tricking folks. They tricking you, you know? But we
Right.
gonna get out of here. We done talked about, we done talked so long. How long is too long? Well, an hour and 3 minutes is too long for this podcast.
Show brother Fatine that last comment. He was referring to he said, but discussion can bring about clarity and understanding another viewpoint that we may have not looked at. We were talking
Absolutely.
about, yeah, when,
That's the whole point of
yeah,
conversation, and that's why conversations matter. I feel like conversations are important, just like you say here, sir, so that we can hear another viewpoint because you won't know the life that I have lived and the experiences that I have had if
mm-hmm,
I don't tell you. If you don't read a book about my culture and my people, you won't know because you didn't have that opportunity. But that
yeah,
doesn't mean that it makes you less of a person. That doesn't mean it makes me a greater person. It means stop treating my people the worse. That's what that means. Know where I've come from. Have a little bit of empathy. Have some understanding. Have some respect. You know?
right.
That's what it means. All right, y'all, we got to get out of here. There's a whole lot of people who got to get back to work. You got to get back on that clock. Hope you had a good lunch. We took it a little serious on you today. We did, because sometimes you need to. You dig? All right.
Absolutely.
We're going to get out of here. But before we get out of here, we're going to do some breath work, Tori. I'm just going to go straight into the breath work and we're going to breathe this thing out. All right, y'all?
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. And don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. All right? Y'all be great out here. That's what we do. One love, y'all.